Zelda!
Link!
Oh boy, smooching time!
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mario Kart tier list, and you're probably wondering, why am I not a Mario character in my Mario game today? Well, it's because we're taking a look at the Triforce Cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Today we'll be looking at Wii Wario's Gold Mine, SNES Rainbow Road, Ice Ice Outpost, and Hyrule Circuit. First we got Wii Wario's Gold Mine. This track, oh my goodness, this is one of the best tracks from the Wii, and it looks so much better than the one on the Wii. Just look at everything that's going on. There's so much detail in this valley alone. Like, compared to the original looks like dog shit. Like, absolutely nothing is going on inside of it. This one, there's like all these buildings on the outside, and like, there's like turning wheels and shit. You know, I don't know what they're called. I'm not an engineer. The only thing that I would say I don't like about this one compared to the original is this section right here, where if you hit the minecarts, they help you, and they give you a little boost instead of making you spin out. That's the only thing that I don't like about this one. I would say that change takes us down a tier. I'm not afraid to say it. But just, I gotta say, overall, this is an amazing track, just with all the details, and I love the music on this one. This one's just really fun overall. I really don't know what else to say right now. I'm having trouble, like, thinking of something to say about this. And that's definitely just a me problem, too. I don't know why I feel that way. I should just be able to do this normally and then get into the swing of things, but I'm having a bit of trouble warming up. Here, I know what we can take a look at, and it's right up here. It's one of the best shortcuts in all of Mario Kart where you can... Never mind. It's one of the best shortcuts in all of Mario Kart where you can go the way that the minecarts are going. And you can go next up on this... You can go next to everything up on that ledge right there. It's one of the best shortcuts in the whole game. Because, you know, when you're a little kid, like, you don't really have the easiest access to internet, so you're trying to look up all the... Oh, every secret in Wario's Gold Mine. Oh, you could take the shortcut. Discovering that for the first time was some of the most amazing shit ever for a little kid. Overall, this... I'm not doing the overall thing. This track is pretty good. Rainbow Road from the SNES. I'm already going to say right now, this is the best Rainbow Road in the whole game. This is arguably probably the simplest Rainbow Road in the whole game, but it's a freaking classic. I don't care. I played this one on the 3DS. I've played this one on the SNES before, and it's just fun. This track is challenging. This track is actually challenging because there's not a single guardrail in sight, and the road is really skinny, so you actually have a bit of a harder time staying on. I consider myself a freaking Mario Kart pro, you know, and I fall off occasionally. The rainbow thwomps are really cool. They look really good. This track just looks good. That's the thing about all these base game tracks, is they look amazing, which I don't know how. I mean, these are from the Wii U, which is impressive that they look this good. But it's even more impressive that they look this good on the Switch, which is like outdated by what, like 6 years. This track is really good, but there's just not much to say about it. You know, it's just like, it's Rainbow Road, you know, it's really hard, but it's not like one of the special Rainbow Roads where it's like, oh, you get to go through the Rainbow Tunnel, or you get to go on the moon, you know. It's like, yeah, this is the first Rainbow Road ever. I know, it's kind of like it's kind of like the Founding Fathers, you know. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Overall, this track is really good. This is the best Rainbow Road in the game. It's not S tier worthy though, but it's certainly like an A or a B or something like that. Ice Ice Outpost. Now it's time to get to one of the shitters of this game. I'm gonna say this one main point about Ice Ice Outpost, and it's that this track it's almost cool. Like, you kind of know what I mean by that. Like, I'm racing on this track right now, and I'm like, this was almost a cool idea, you know, but it fumbled so hard. Because it starts off with a cool concept, like, oh, you can go 2 different ways, but then I feel like that concept doesn't really evolve. But at the same time, I feel like it can't really get much better than this, you know. I think this loop is cool, but I think it's just that how this track stays the same pretty much throughout. There's not really much that can be done with it. The shortcuts are good in this one, a lot of shroomless shortcuts. But you love to see those, you know, a little bit of a challenge. And of course the details as usual are nice. Like, you can see the parts of the icebergs falling off, and there's just a bunch of stuff all around. But it's just, this could have been a cool track. Oh my god, I just noticed Link's iPhone is about to like fall out of his pocket while he's driving. Overall, this track is pretty mid. You know, there's not really much of that. I'm saying overall again, you know, okay, that's That's the bad thing about this. Last episode, I pointed out that I've been saying overall for every single one of these. Just about every single one of these. And now every time that I'm about to like do this conclusion, like ending bit or like segue into the next track, I'm thinking about saying overall. But I don't know what else to say. And then I say it and I acknowledge I said it and it messes me up. This track's not that good. And finally, we have Hyrule Circuit. I don't know how to feel about this one. And really interesting pattern with this is that I kind of don't know how to feel about the crossover tracks. Same with Animal Crossing and Mute City. It's like I kind of don't like them, but they're also like not bad. Like this is a good track. There's just something feels wrong like driving on it. I felt wrong. You know what? There we go. I'm gonna blame this this like recording being like really shitty because I'm not playing as a Mario character right now. I know how it was absolutely fucking tragic. Like this track is pretty good, but it's also really basic. After just driving a lap on that, there's not like a whole lot going on. Like you go through some interesting sections, but I feel like if you replace Hyrule Castle right here with Peach's Castle and just made everything else Mario, this is like GCN Mario Circuit. It's all completely interchangeable. Like seriously, imagine like all those toads and those are mushroom houses. Imagine like there's a chain chomp right there and there's piranha plants right here. Like it's exactly what this track is. This had to have been a scrap Mario Circuit or something, like driving on this now that I'm thinking about that. It's a scrap Mario Circuit that like someone like drew like on a play mat or something. And they're like, we're not going to use this, but they still held on to it and they were like, we need a layout for a Zelda themed track. And they're like, oh, we can touch this up. That's for sure what happened. I want to take the... I missed it. If you hit all three of those, you can go through the middle and touch the Master Sword from Zelda and get a little boost. But I didn't get it because because I'm shit, Hyrule Circuit is, I don't know, it's not really an offensive track or anything, but it's not really doing anything special either. It's just kind of basic. This is like they opened a Zelda theme park and this was one of the rides, and they're trying to make it as family friendly as possible, like not trying to do anything with it. Alright, here we are on the beautiful tier list that's slowly starting to get filled in. We're almost halfway there. So we're going to start off with Wii Wario's Gold Mine. This one, I almost want to put it in S tier. I do want to put it in S tier, and I'm putting Cheap Beach down. Or how many do we have up here? We have 8. Okay, so we can keep Cheap Beach, because I remember I said 10 are going to be in the S tier. So this is good for right now. Because I just had a slight feeling like when I looked at this tier list, I was like, I feel like Cheap Beach is going to get knocked down here. But I think it's going to survive based on these last few tracks. But Wario's Gold Mine, I'm going to put this one above Yoshi Valley, but below Bowser's Castle. That's where it's going to go. SNES Rainbow Road is better than N64 Rainbow Road in B tier. I'll tell you that much. So I'm going to put it in A tier, and I think it is right there. I think it's right there. I think it's better than Dragon Driftway. Or no, I forgot about the question I'm supposed to ask. Is it worse or better than Cheese Lane? I think it's slightly worse, just ever so slightly worse. Ice Outpost, man, I got to put this one in like E tier. 1, because it's not that good. And 2, because there needs to be another one in E tier. Hyrule Circuit, I think that this is also like an E tier track, but I think that stands. I would rather play Electrodrome. I would rather play the stupid like dancing course. So I'm gonna put it right here at the top of E tier. All right, there's our Mario Kart tier list so far. We got one more cut before we hit the halfway point and move on to the shitty DLC courses. I'm so excited for that. All right, I think that's gonna be all for today. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna add our last cup next time. Thank you. Bye. This track is pretty good. Overall, just had to get that out of my system.